Hey there, friends in the interwebs. Joy here with subrosat.com. How's it going today in your neck of the woods? Friends, I have to tell you, we're from Northern Ohio. Yes, we'll ship anywhere in the United States. Don't worry, you do not need to come here because right now it's like 0 degrees outside. With the wind chill, how cold it feels like 0. That is not normal for this area. But I have to tell you, am I worried? No, because I've got tea to keep me warm. And we are going to make delicious hot toddies in today's video. That's right, friends. We've got 100 flavors of loose leaf tea at subrosat.com. But in today's video, I'm going to tell you about several of my favorites that you can use to make your own hot toddy. Hey there, friends. Hello. Thanks for joining us live. I appreciate it. Friends, if there's no red live above my head, that simply means you're watching it on the replay. All the tea that I'm going to be talking about today are not limited edition. We sell them all year. We have a collection called Hot Toddy Tea Bundle. So the tea I'm going to talk about, you can buy them individually, you can buy them as a bundle. We have hundreds of other flavors though. We really do. So, and quite frankly, we sell loose leaf tea. You can drink them all hot or cold, your prerogative. And honestly, I'm just having fun with the theme and talking about the video and how to make a hot toddy. The tea is delicious the way it is. My personal preference, I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. I don't actually put anything in my tea when I drink tea, but I know that some of you do. So I'm going to lean into that in today's video. Hey there, Miss Laura. Is it cold where you are? I think it's actually worse where you are. Is that right, Laura? That I saw, for those of you that don't know, we're a really small business. We're based in Northern Ohio. You can buy it on our website, but sometimes we travel. So we have sales reps that travel. I travel sometimes. So in the past, we've traveled up to 5 states away. So I have lots and lots and lots of vendor friends who are crafters, artisans, small businesses that pop up. So we bring our inventory to venues for a weekend or so. So I've got a lot of friends in the industry who are traveling this weekend, and there were shows throughout the region that were closed because it was so cold or the roads were bad. Our sales reps had 2 shows today and everything was fine. I mean, it was cold, really cold, but our customers came to see us. So I'm happy about that. Hey, Miss Bernita. How are things up north? Are things any better? It is so cold here. Are you drinking hot tea today, Bernita? Laura says, yes, it's in the single digits in the Dayton area. Just so cold. But honestly, I love hot tea. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Yes, I am. So in addition to selling the tea as a bundle, I wanted you to know that, again, friends, we sell loose leaf tea. That means that it's not in a tea bag. So we sell it by weight, and we have a couple of sizes. The try me size is a 1/2 ounce of tea. It makes about 6 to 8 cups. The value size is 2 ounces. That's going to make you about 20 to 25 servings. And what I mean by a serving is an 8-ounce cup. I'm also going to talk about these teapots, which are 18 ounces. So I would put more tea in this teapot if I was going to fill it with water. So it's a tea to water ratio. In my mind, it's not really how strong you want the tea. It's a tea to water ratio. Okay. Well, it's not necessarily that you want it stronger. It's how much tea to use for the water. So that's what I'm talking about when I say the size. And the bundle is where you're going to be able to save money. If you want all 6 of the tea that I'm going to talk about today, buy the bundle. It'll save you some money. Okay, Miss Bernita is from Wisconsin. She's watching live, and she said it's negative digits there. Ooh, that's so cold. We don't have a lot of snow, which I appreciate. When the roads are clear, that makes me really happy, I have to say. First up, friends, I'm going to tell you about the stackable teapots, and then I'm going to make myself a hot toddy. Okay, first off, stackable teapots. These are our best-selling teapots. I'm telling you this because they're our best sellers, and I am recording this in the month of December. This video will play for years in the future. I hope that we still sell them in the future, but right now, these are our best-selling teapots. They're called stackable because if you need more than one, they've got this great design that the second one can sit on top, and both can fit in the majority of kitchen cupboards, definitely on your countertop under your cupboards, which I love. So gorgeous. 18 ounces, which is about 2 cups. Dishwasher safe and will keep your tea hot for 2 hours. Why would you want to keep your tea hot that long? Well, if you're a slow sipper, if you're reading a book, playing cards, talking with a friend, it's nice to have that second cup of tea stay really hot. Also, this time of year, maybe you're going out, right? That's what I did. I go out, I use a broom. My broom sweep up my walk if the snow is really light. I shovel the walk if the snow is really heavy. So I can actually make my pot of tea before I even go outside. So when I come in, I don't have to wait. So the tea is nice and hot and ready for me when I get back from the cold weather. So we sell these great stackable teapots, but I am only going to make myself a cup of tea. Not that you can't do it in the teapot if it's just solo. You can. I want to, wow, it's still in the queue. Let me talk about that. This infuser basket goes almost to the bottom. So if you do only want 1 cup of tea, half of the teapot, easy peasy. I have seen styles of teapots on the market where the infuser basket is like so short, you have to fill the teapot with water and make whatever the size it is. But this is a nice, thick, deep basket, which is also makes it really easy to clean. I love it. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea in this glass because it's see-through and it's a video and I want you to see what I'm doing. That's pretty much why I'm choosing to do it that way. This mug though, still 2 servings. I got to tell you. So I'm using a tablespoon, which is a round tablespoon, which is technically 2 servings of tea. And when I say 2 servings, every single flavor has a different amount of tea that we recommend. So it's not really like a general rule. I know someone years ago asked me, do you sell like teaspoons, like a measuring spoon? Well, that doesn't make as much sense with a company like we have because we have so many bases and so many blends and so many different types of tea that if I sold you a spoon that was literally called a teaspoon, that might only really be good for black tea. And it really might only be good for black tea that's not blended with other ingredients. So for me to sell a spoon and tell you it's good for 100 blends, that doesn't make any sense. But I get the gist of probably why it was that way. Hey there, Miss Jennifer. Thanks for joining us live. Jennifer, what are you sipping on today? I'm going to make myself a hot toddy here while we're chit-chatting, but I'm using our tea blend called Yuletide Toddy. I am talking right now about a blend that we highlight during the Christmas season, Yuletide Toddy, but we sell it all year because it's that popular. Oh, yes, and I will remind you, the Hot Toddy bundle is also a bundle of tea that we sell all year, but some of the flavors might go in and out of that bundle. Can you make yourself a Hot Toddy in June? Sure you can. Absolutely. I mean, if that's what you need, go ahead and do that. Hot Toddy, friends, is normally with alcohol. So it might not be for you, and I totally get that. Which reminds me, do you know what the term teetotaler? Do you know that means it means no alcohol? It doesn't actually mean that you only drink tea. I know, that's an interesting word. But anyway, friends, should I talk about the Yuletide Toddy first? Might as well. Yuletide Toddy, it's caffeine free. My personal preference, if I'm going to drink a hot toddy, it's probably going to be in the afternoon anyway because it has alcohol and I'm not really a big drinker. So in the evening. So for me, it should be a caffeine-free tea. I'm not going to tolerate the caffeine well either at 8 o'clock at night. This one, friends, is cranberry, cherry, and cinnamon. Can you tell why it's one of our best sellers? We've had it for years. Everyone loves it. This is also one of my favorites to make cold in a sparkling, like a sparkling water, club soda, ginger ale. You can steep it right in cold water too, which I love. So I'm steeping it hot. Ugh, I'm terrible. I filled up my glass. What was I thinking? You gotta leave some room for the good stuff. But trust me, when I take out my infuser basket, it's probably going to do that. It's going to give me some room to groove. I've done this before. Yes, I've done this before. Jennifer says, the moon milk from one of my local small tea ladies. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, you're going to have to tell me what's in that. That sounds great. Awesome. I love it. Okay, friends. Like I said, our Hot Toddy tea bundle, all caffeine-free teas, But in the queue, for those of you shopping on the mobile shopping app, you're going to see what's in the queue when you go to the shop button on the mobile shopping app. That shop button allows you to shop by collection, which I think some of you watch the videos and you think to yourself, oh, I love this blend, and I know it's a part of the St. Patrick's Day collection or Valentine's Day collection. That is a fun way to shop that way. And you're going to see what's in the queue is that I picked 4 black teas that I'm not going to talk about today, but for me, they're ideal for hot toddies if caffeine jams with you and your vibe and what's going on with all of that. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? Okay, but the ones in the bundle are the ones I'm going to be talking about today. Amanda says, love your tea. Just bought some at the Kris Kringle Market. I just bought more today. Thank you, Amanda. I love that you joined us live too. That's so sweet. Do you have a favorite blend quite yet this month in December? Do you have a favorite that you're sipping on? Yuletide Toddy's in my cup. Friends, let me talk about the throat treat too. Some of these teas have such amazing health benefits. They are in other bundles. So you might have heard me talk about them before. None of them are new, but they're all important. This is throat treat, friends. Throat treat. This tea has slippery elm. Slippery elm is an ingredient, honestly, from a tree that when it's added to water, it will coat your throat. Yay. It's an herb that somebody discovered hundreds of years ago. I do not understand the medicines on the in the stores nowadays. Why did we switch from that when this all natural, no sugar, no side effects? It works so well. All you need is hot water. Now, I have to say with the hot toddies, especially something like this, I'm thinking throat treat because when you're outside in the cold, yes, your throat can totally feel just not perfect, and you want something like throat treat with the slippery elm to really coat your throat and heal it and make it feel better. I love that. I'm going to insist that you use boiling water. Yuletide toddy, like I said, you can use boiling water. That's what I did. I'm making a hot toddy, but you can steep it cold too. Throat treat, highly recommend that you steep it with boiling water. And you're going to see it has a lot of other ingredients. I think it tastes sweet, like a sweet cinnamon. Licorice root is known to taste like sugar, and that's the way it tastes on my palate. So it's got a good sweet cinnamon taste to it. And also, I have to say, not only does it taste delicious, but it works for me. Like 1 cup really does have those healing properties. So it is naturally sweet, in my opinion, but it's soothing. It's got just a little bit of hibiscus and orange in the background. Amanda says she loves the hot buttered rum. Well, gosh, good and on topic there, Amanda. That would be absolutely perfect for a hot toddy. Jennifer, it's lavender, chamomile, and butterfly pea flower. Oh, so fun. Yay, love it. Okay, next up, friends, Calming Lemon. This is another one that is in our wellness bundle. We have several bundles that have tummy tamers, wellness teas, getting you over a cold, maybe something for your tummy, something for sleep, things like that. So Calming Lemon makes its appearance in this bundle too. Calming Lemon has nettle in it and lavender, which is known to kind of calm the reaction to whatever the stimulus is that is kind of bothering you. So again, not necessarily going to, it's not a bedtime tea. You can drink it any time of day. But if you've got tension, if your nerves are shot, I swear to you, this works for my seasonal allergies. It is working on my anxiety. This is something that I'm drinking ahead of time. So it's helping my nervous system before I have a reaction, and I think it tastes delicious. And you're going to see from a hot toddy recipe, it makes perfect sense. Next up, friends, we have our elderberry and echinacea elixir. This is another one of our wellness teas. This is a bedtime only tea here. So it has valerian root in it, which is known to really help people fall asleep. So again, perfect for a nighttime toddy. If you're out all day in the cold, you're coming back in. Elderberries, echinacea, great to boost your immune system. Something that you're going to be drinking every single night, all winter long, right? Give it a good try. Now, this again has the berries and spice to it. This is an unusual collection that all of the teas taste very different from each other. So it's not a flavor profile that brings them together. It's kind of the fun cocktail that you can create with these teas. Another one I want to bring to your attention is Cafe au Lait. This, I love that it's still around. Cafe au Lait made its debut here at Sub Rosa Tea as part of our Mardi Gras inspired collection that we celebrate in the wintertime. Love New Orleans inspired treats and sips, of course. Now, cafe au lait, if you're not familiar with that, yes, it does mean coffee with milk. There's no dairy here, but coffee in a very specific way that it's got chicory root. So this tea has dandelion root and chicory root and cinnamon. It has that great mouth feel of a nice coffee. No actual coffee beans here. There's no caffeine here. Dandelion root is known to be good for kidney function. And chicory is one of those, I would call it bitter. And when you think about milk, technically it has that lactose in it. So technically I would put it in the sweet category. So I can see why something bitter and sweet would go so well together. Cafe au lait, though, absolutely perfect for a hot toddy, in my opinion. Again, it has that cinnamon in the background. And I'm also thinking, like an Irish coffee. Our black tea that we call Irish coffee has caffeine. So I would not grab that flavor to make myself a hot toddy at nighttime. I need a caffeine free. But coffee, it's a really great flavor to add whiskey or bourbon. Right? The list goes on and on. Next up, friends, I want to tell you about the lemon gelato. This is another one that we have had before. It is featured as a part of our Summer in Italy collection, so you may have already had this one in the summertime. This tea is probably the sweetest lemon that we sell. Spot on sweet. That's why I called it gelato. So it has sweet lemon and vanilla notes. Most of the time, a hot toddy is going to be a stir of honey and a squish of lemon. So a lemon flavored tea would make a very good base. Again, it's caffeine free. It's nice and sweet. Doesn't really need anything. It is a delicious tea on its own, but again, I'm having fun with the theme. Oh yes. Okay. So to finish up the hot toddy, here, all I'm going to do is take my brew basket out of my mug. Can you see? I'm hoping you can see my countertop. I have the tiniest amount of whiskey in this bottle, so I'm not even going to measure. It's all going in. But I have to say, I'm going to squish in my honey first, though. I would say it matters really how much tea you have and, of course, how much alcohol you're thinking, right? That maybe a shot, maybe a half a shot. A hot toddy is going to be the tea for the medicinal purposes of tea, going to be the whiskey because it's going to warm you up to a different extent than the tea. The honey is going to sweeten. So a hot toddy is typically made with honey. And then, of course, a squish of lemon. Again, I have to say, lemon and honey traditionally goes into tea very, very nicely, but it's the addition of the whiskey that makes this a hot toddy. For those of you that know, I do live videos Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Certainly very little alcohol, but we do have fun. But they're all coming up. All the ones with alcohol are actually coming up on the calendar. Next Sunday on the agenda is our New Year's celebration collection, 6 delicious teas. Then we'll talk about dry January. Those of you who have maybe overindulged in the month of December and would like to switch over to tea, we've got delicious cocktail-inspired teas for dry January. We even have a Chinese New Year collection to talk about coming up. So I do hope you will join me once again. And I'm going to sign off, friends. I don't see any questions, but I'm going to say thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And no matter what you do with the rest of your day, have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.